Hey guys, so Microsoft has just partnered up with a company that has just kind of popped up out of nowhere in the news lately, and it is a company that has actually apparently been around for quite some time, believe it or not, and is a company that comes from very interesting um, origins, and it has just struck a multi-year, multi-billion US dollar deal with Microsoft for GPU compute for their AI models. So this is a very interesting story. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off with this article by CNBC. Nebius, I think that's how you pronounce it, stock soars nearly 50% on Microsoft AI deal. The Amsterdam-based company announced a multi-year deal with Microsoft at a rate of a multi-billion-dollar rate for cloud computing for AI workloads. So Nebius is kind of a weird company that not a whole lot is known about. It's not a company widely talked about, to be completely honest with you, but it has some very, very interesting origins. So this company, headquartered in Amsterdam, originally came from Yandex. Now, if you don't know who Yandex is basically the Russian Google. That's what Yandex is. And they're not particularly known for being a great company. Um, they're just they're not particularly known for the best things. But Yandex apparently formed this AI company as early as 1989, which is interesting. Basically, it was made as a holding company for Yandex originally, but then due to international sanctions during the Russia and Ukraine war, it sold Yandex to a consortium of Russian investors and then retained several businesses that operated outside of Russia and then renamed the company. So basically, this was a holding company for Yandex, and then a few other companies later on, and then they sold off Yandex due to the war and the sanctions and everything else. So now their main shtick is AI, and they operate servers and data centers. They provide cloud computing infrastructure. They have data centers in Finland, Paris. They're making a data center in Kansas City, Missouri. They have one in New Jersey. They have a lot going on. They're partnered with NVIDIA. They they've moved on from Yandex, and their shtick is AI now. And they do have some pretty big customers. They have Shopify, they have Brave, they have some, pretty well-known names. And what they're doing now is they've struck a deal with Microsoft to offer their cloud computing services to Microsoft for multiple years straight. So they signed a contract, and basically, apparently, it will be going until 2031. So this contract lasts until 2031, and basically allows Microsoft to utilize their AI cloud computing capacity for their own AI endeavors, which is interesting because I kind of have to wonder what they're going to use this for. Are they going to use this as a part of their Azure AI offerings? Because they do offer certain highly specialized AI services for certain prospective customers on their Azure cloud platform. So I wonder if it could be for that. I wonder if it could be for Microsoft Copilot, because I know that is something that they've been trying to get off the ground, albeit in a not really successful fashion. So it could be for Copilot. It could be maybe for GitHub, because they, own GitHub. I'm not really sure, actually. what this is going to be for. But their whole idea is that this pact is going to exist off of the necessity for equipment needed to train and run advanced AI systems. However, we don't really know Microsoft for making that many AI models, so you kind of have to wonder what they're doing in the background, because they have a partnership with OpenAI. Microsoft has access to the OpenAI models, and they have a really tight partnership with them. They have the source code, they have all that stuff. OpenAI and Microsoft are pretty well conjoined together, but they aren't one and the same. Microsoft doesn't own OpenAI. It's still technically a non-profit. Well, actually, they might own it. Don't quote me on that. They might have a stake in it, but they don't, like, own it. It still operates quite independently from Microsoft. So they don't... They aren't usually the ones saying that they're making AI models. They're not really the AI people. They have other things that they're doing and things they're doing in the AI space, but Microsoft isn't, as of right now, isn't really an AI company. Like, just to be honest, it's not really who they are, at least not at this present moment. They have been trying to be an AI company, but Copilot, frankly, kind of sucks. It's not really well integrated in Windows, and they've been also trying to sell it to customers of Office, like business customers of Office, and trying to integrate it there, but that's also been kind of going poorly. It's just a weird situation all around. But this must have been important enough for them to spend multiple billions of dollars on. So I'm curious to see what Microsoft is cooking up in their little AI labs, because they probably do have AI labs. They probably are trying to make some, like, groundbreaking models, but it's not something anybody really knows Microsoft for. They're not really an AI leader right now. But I don't know, maybe there's something to this. Maybe there is a point in this deal. I'm not sure. Time will tell. That is about it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care, you guys, and remember, as always, to stay safe out there.